Hello, all. Today's topic is irony versus paradox, and I have tried to include all the possibilities that will help you in identifying the similarities and differences between irony and paradox. But please do like, share, subscribe, and give your valuable comments as well. Let's move on to the topic. So, the first is what is irony? So, these are the tips and tricks you can use in identifying irony from a poetic line. The first point is, or the first tip is contradiction between ideas or thoughts or beliefs. The second point to identify irony is it's a light-hearted statement, which means it is comical or funny. It's not much serious. The third condition to recognize irony is it evokes laughter or smile after reading the sentence. Obviously, when you find it as funny, it evokes laughter. And the next point is it says something, but it signifies the opposite. So let's see some examples. The first example is, you see here, the traffic cop. Cop means police. The traffic cop was suspended for parking his car in a wrong lane. This is an example of irony. Irony means sarcasm. So how this is ironical? The traffic police are supposed to obey the traffic rules. And when he himself violated the traffic rules, okay, when he got suspended for violating the traffic rules, that is an example of irony, and it's not much serious statement. There is a contradiction in this statement. The contradiction is traffic police who are supposed to obey the traffic rules, they themselves have violated the traffic rules. It's not a serious statement, so it is irony. The next example is I saw a post in Facebook that Facebook is useless. Okay, the social media, I saw a post in the social media saying that the media itself is useless. So that is the contradiction. And on hearing the statement, we feel like laughing. It's not a much a serious statement, so it is sarcastic, it is ironical. The next example is the marriage counselor got divorced. See, the person who conducts the marriage, who bridges the people into marriage, who counsels the people into marriage, he himself got divorced is the contradiction in this statement. And it's not a serious, it's comical statement, so it is sarcastic or ironical. The next sentence is all I know is that I know nothing. All I know is that I know nothing. Some of the words have not been clear here. So, all I know is that I know nothing. After reading the entire textbook, I came to know that I did not understand a word. I know nothing. So, that is the contradictory part of the sentence. And yes, it is. It sounds comical also. So, it is ironical. The next is paradox. So, this word paradox has a Greek origin. Para means distinct from, doxa means opinion, distinct from opinion, which means contradictory opinion. So, paradox, the first point is that there is a contradiction between ideas or thoughts or beliefs. It is the same sentence or the point which you saw in irony as well. Then, how to distinguish from irony, how to identify a statement is irony or paradox. Let's move on to the second point. It's a self-contradictory statement. Okay, there will be some elements, beliefs, or thoughts that are opposite to each other in nature, contrary to opinion or expectation. So, after reading the sentence, we expect it to end in a particular way, but that doesn't take place. There is a contradiction takes place in the place of our expectation. That is the second point to identify paradox. The third condition to identify paradox is it's a serious statement. Mostly paradoxical sentences are serious. They do not sound comical or funny. I'm saying most of the sentences. Next is maybe they are sayings or quotations or proverbs of famous writers. Okay, so this is one more possibility to identify a paradox. They could be sayings or quotes or proverbs of renowned writers or authors. The last point on how to identify paradox is after reading the sentence, you'll feel it sounds illogical, irrational, absurd, weird. But when you read further, you'll feel that you'll understand there is a deeper truth hidden in paradox. That is the very important point in paradox. So, in order to understand this in detail, let's move on to the examples. The first example is life is too important to be taken seriously, as said by Oscar Wilde. So the author meant that, first of all, what is the meaning of this sentence? It means that life is so important that it should not be taken seriously. Okay, in the first part of the sentence, it is being said that life is important. In the second part of the sentence, the author says that it should not be taken seriously. So there is a contradiction here. So the first condition of paradox here gets fulfilled. Now, is there a deeper truth hidden? Yes. Once in a while, it's okay not to take the life as too serious. We also need some sort of entertainment or amusement. Yes, we don't have to take life seriously all the time, every day, all throughout the year. So, what the author meant was very true. So, there is a deeper truth hidden in the sentence. So, it is paradoxical. The second sentence is Earth cradles life, Earth entombs life. Again, it's not a funny sentence. Even the first sentence is not funny. The second statement is too serious. The earth in which birth is taking place, the same earth is also taking away the life. So there is a grave truth hidden in this sentence. There is the contradiction in this sentence is earth which gives life is taking away that very life. The truth is that this is the truth taking place. This is the law of the nature. That is the truth is hidden. And the next condition of paradox getting fulfilled is it does not sound comical or funny at all. Okay, so it is paradox. Let's see the third example. A clown's life is a tragedy. A clown's life became tragic. Okay, a clown. Who is a clown? A joker. A person who makes everyone laugh and smile. A person who entertains and amuses others. But that very person is also a human. The contradiction is even a person who amuses and entertains others, even his life becomes tragic. Even he has to face some sort of tragedy in his life. He has to become serious at some point of time. Nothing is comical in this sentence. Next example is all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others, as said by George Orwell in his novel Animal Farm. So animals here are metaphorical. Animals is a metaphor for human beings in this sentence. Now reread the sentence using placing humans in the place of animals. All humans are equal, but some humans are more equal than the others. The country or the government guarantees equality to all the citizens. But is it that way? Obviously, there are some privileged section of the society who are granted more rights and more advantages, that is needless to say. Okay, practically, it is not at all possible that all people are equal. It can just be said that or written that all are equal, but it is for sure that some of the human beings have privileges in the society, some extra rights. More equal means extra rights. So, what is the contradiction in this sentence? In the first part of the sentence, it is said that all are equal. The second part says some are more equal than the others. Yes, there is a contradiction. Second condition of paradoxes. It should sound serious. Yes, it is. It is sounding serious. There is nothing comical or funny about it. The third condition is it sounds illogical, but there is a truth hidden in this sentence. The truth hidden in this sentence is there is a particular section in the society who are enjoying some extra perks and privileges. The next example is my biggest failure was my success. So, upon reading the sentence itself, we come to know that there is a contradiction. Some elements are opposite in nature. The writer of this sentence is trying to tell us that his failure was a success. How can failure be his success? That is the contradiction. But when upon deeper reading and thinking, try to analyze the sentence. The person failed in his life. Thereafter, he tried to work hard and then he went on to achieve success. So, failure is a stepping stone to success. That is how this sentence came into being. My biggest failure was my success. Failure made him to do work hard and then he tasted success. So that the contradiction is failure is my success. The truth is he worked hard and then he got the success. In that case, the sentence is true and genuine. And yes, it does not sound comical or funny. The next is ignorance is strength. Now try to imagine this in a context. Ignorance of the citizens is the strength of the government. See, imagine that in a country, in a nation, the government does not promote education. The government does not want the citizens to be educated. They don't want us to be informed. Why? Because we won't ever come to know what the government is doing about their schemes or policies or ideas. In that case, if the citizens are ignorant, that will be the strength of the government. They'll never come to know what the government is doing exactly. So there is a contradiction. Contradiction is how can ignorance be strength? An ignorant person cannot be strong. But there is a deeper meaning in that which says that ignorance of someone is the strength of another person. And yes, it is also said by George Orwell, I guess. Next, move on to practice questions. Try to identify the devices in each sentence. The first practice question is he ran away from water balloon and fell into the swimming pool. Okay. On reading the sentence itself, it can make any one of us laugh. A person who was trying to escape from the water balloon, he himself fell into the pool. He escaped, he refrained from getting wet, but he got wet. So it is irony. The next sentence is you are going to have your favorite meal just when your friends have turned up and you say, what a perfect timing. Okay, your friends have all, you just kept a lavish meal on the dining table. Your friends are knocking in the door. What will you feel? And that very moment, what you say is, oh, what a perfect timing. Means even they will want to have your share. You are not feeling good about it. What a perfect timing is said in a sarcastic tone. No doubt it is irony. The next thing is said by Socrates, I know only one thing, that I know nothing. Obviously, when it is conveyed by a famous person, it is paradoxical. There is a contradiction. The contradiction is the person who says that he knows only one thing, that he doesn't know anything at all. There is a meaning, truth in that. The next sentence is George Bernard Shaw says the youth is wasted on the young. When I mention the name of the author, it becomes clear that it is paradoxical. Okay, so what is the contradiction in this statement? The period of the youth is getting wasted on the young people. Why? The period of the youth is supposed to be very vibrant, energetic. The youth can do a lot of noble and good deeds during their time period. But many of the youths are wasting away their time in smoking, drinking, and all the other bad activities. So that could be what prompted George Bernard Shaw into this sentence. The youth is wasted on the young. The next sentence is enemy of my enemy is my friend. This also is a contradiction, and this is an old proverb. So it has also got a deeper meaning. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. A conqueror comes to conquer the king, but the king allies with the enemy of the conqueror to fight against the conquerors. That is the meaning of this sentence. It is paradoxical. My wife is an air hostess and she is afraid of heights. Imagine an air hostess who is flying all the time in the aircraft and still she is afraid of heights. It's ironical and sarcastic. If you enjoyed the session, please do like, share, and subscribe.